Fans Beyond Wrestling, this is Denver, Colorado, the man, not the place. And in the interest of calling the action, I will put my biases aside, and I will say, without question, that this match right here is the biggest opportunity of Darius Carter's career. Now, over the past couple of years in Beyond Wrestling, he has faced the likes of ACH, DJ Hyde, Jonathan Gresham. He's even faced Drew Gulak on multiple occasions, but all roads lead to this match here tonight against Green Ant. Not only is this the biggest platform that he has ever competed on, but Green Ant is a world-renowned technical wrestler. And I honestly believe that Darius Carter should be associated in that same category if it were not for his reputation. So whatever's going on in his head, he needs to try and block it for the next 10, 15, 20 minutes, a half hour, however long it's going to take for him to get the job done, because opportunities like this do not come along every day. Much as we saw with Chris Dickinson in the early days of Beyond Wrestling, Darius Carter's attitude has prevented him from growing as a competitor. It has prevented him from wrestling against better opponents on bigger platforms. Somebody like Green Ant, who has trained hard, a very skilled performer, a student of the game, always improving, has had many more opportunities. Although tournament for tomorrow too, still one of the absolute biggest of his career. So needless to say, a lot is riding on this match for both competitors. But especially, I hope that Darius Carter does not squander this opportunity. Of course, Darius Carter has not stopped running his mouth since he came out. You could perhaps attribute that to the mind games. But Green Ant's a very straight-laced wrestler. And immediately, Darius Carter not showing any interest in shaking hands with his opponent. He wants to get right down to it. Green Ant locking horns with Darius Carter. Carter immediately picking the left arm, doing a little bit of damage to the elbow before applying that wrist lock. Again, time and time again, I can say it till I'm blue in the face. Darius Carter is a skilled competitor. He's got the know-how. He's got the ability. But it's his lousy attitude that prevents him from showcasing just how good he is. And it's such a shame when wrestlers of that caliber are so reliant on taking shortcuts. Right there, there's a counter that Darius Carter was not expecting, as Green Ant is now firmly in control, bending the right leg of Darius Carter, applying pressure at the ankle. It's going to be doing damage all the way up the calf to the knee. And Darius grabbing a hold of Green Ant's foot. Now trying to transition to a half crab. He finds himself, once again, in an ankle lock. And Darius, instead of looking for a counter this time, quick to get to the ropes.
Take advantage of a weakness. Just like
Darius Carter continuing to talk shit to Green Ant, but he can hardly even collect his thoughts right now. Perhaps realizing that he's a bit overwhelmed. And this is exactly what Green Ant needs to avoid. He cannot let Darius Carter dictate the pace of this match. So as soon as he turned around there, we saw Darius Carter trying to take the advantage. But instead, it might have been Green Ant playing possum, because now he's got Darius in another submission. Well, he was lucky that Darius didn't blindside him. And now Darius biting the hand of Green Ant. Referee issuing a warning. And Darius applying pressure now to that shoulder. Green Ant able to get his foot into the ropes. Darius going to be forced to break the hold. Just dropping the knee in the back of the head. Not seeing a clean break, which his opponent had afforded him earlier in this match. But just like that, Green Ant trying to knot off the biggest muscle in Darius Carter's body by targeting the leg. To take away that mobility is certainly going to be a lot more difficult for Darius Carter to play his game of cat and mouse. Now Green Ant with a variation of an Indian deathlock applied. Floating over now. Got both legs tied up. Is in a position where he can strike. Will he, though? Thought about it instead of applying more pressure on the legs. And Darius, to his credit, able to apply a cravat, applying pressure on the chin and the jaw. But Green Ant able to slip out of that one. Darius trying to block those strike attempts. Oh, and connects with one of his own. But leaving himself prey for quite the shot to the chest. As Green Ant going for a cover. Only good for a 2 count. But still staying on top of Darius. Darius is the type of competitor, you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. And so far, even though we've seen a somewhat conservative approach from Green Ant, his technique is at such a high level that what could be a hold for a competitor to normally just wear down their opponent, he can turn into a legitimate submission predicament. Very, very dangerous competitor. But so is Darius Carter. That's why he's back on top. I don't think that Darius gets nearly enough credit for his toughness either. But right here, the technical acumen on display. You see him positioning his opponent in a very uncomfortable manner. Applying pressure to the arm, the legs, the back. Not lock down that free leg. We saw Green Ant strike, and now Darius is going to try and break up his momentum. Can't get a submission victory on the floor. Darius risking being counted out right here. And Green Ant slingshotting himself to the floor. Just connect with a shot to Darius' face. Very quick maneuver. And now with the chop and the slap. Darius could not get out of the way of that one. And the knee to the side of the head. This is a much more aggressive side that we're seeing out of Green Ant. Just connecting with a bevy of strikes. And taking Darius, slamming him face first into the garbage can. Darius once again trying to escape. Going to the fridge, opening the door to try and get some separation, but got caught with a couple knees. Fighting over by the fans and throwing water in the mask in the face of Green Ant. And for masked competitors, you know, they've got that fabric covering their eyes, covering their nose, covering their mouth. Makes it so much more difficult for them to breathe. You don't think that Darius Carter knows that? Well, Green Ant's going to do what he can to try and retaliate. Asking Darius what he's got. And so far, Darius just cowering and getting his ass kicked. You could really tell that got under the skin of Green Ant right there. And now with such a big opportunity for Darius Carter, I don't know what that stuffed animal is doing here. Sometimes the wrestlers sleep over the New England Pro Wrestling Academy in between tapings. What could have been an otherwise very serious opportunity for Darius Carter to make a name for himself. It looks like Green Ant is going to be making light of it. Doing the old Steiner's pose over the dog. And now just challenging Darius to come forward. Darius unable to protect himself, caught with another knee. And now Green Ant slamming Darius on that dog, showboating a little bit. I don't know how much damage it did. I mean, pretty much just landing on padding, but you saw Darius sitting up, almost questioning what the hell was going on, and he got caught with that drop kick. You can really tell the entire complexion of this match changed when Darius threw water in the face of Green Ant. And you gotta wonder how much time Green Ant has before he starts to gas out. You know, taking off that mask is not an option. And perhaps already Green Ant, with that flurry of strikes, starting to tire out more quickly as he's having difficulty drawing air into his lungs as Darius Carter was able to counter his suplex attempt with one of his own. Now throwing that stuffed animal out of sight. Again, very humiliating situation for Darius Carter. Not too often you see competitors willing to drop down to his level. But Green Ant able to do so right there, and as a result, maybe we are going to see a little bit more of a serious side out of Darius Carter. Maybe he's going to concentrate a little bit more. As we see him stomping away any free body part that he can pick apart on Green Ant. Referee giving these guys a lot of leeway on the floor as Darius drives the point of his elbow into the face of Green Ant. And now, if it wasn't hard enough for him to breathe, trying to choke him out with that ring skirt. Green Ant trapped, And Darius Carter coming down with that knee. Even with the folding press, only good for a 2 count. Darius Carter next with that European uppercut. Now looking to send Greenhead for the ride. Just charging in, driving the knee to the abdomen, sending its opponent head over heels. Stepping on the face once again, both feet, all of his body's weight.
Round 3.
Darius Carter already looking forward to round 3. But he cannot underestimate Greenhead. As Greenhead was trying to fight back, Darius Carter put a stop to that. Greenhead connects with the headbutt. Oh, caught him hard with that European uppercut. And a shot to the side of the head. Honestly, I don't know who has the advantage when it comes to the striking game, but Darius able to land on his feet. Oh! Caught him with that drop kick right to the back of the head. That might be a knockout blow. The referee in a position. And Greenhead was just barely to kick out of that. I mean, take a look at kick to the back of the head. That's not going to end good for anybody. And now Darius smothering his opponent in the corner again, using those ropes to try and take away the wind from Greenhead. Got to think that if there's one area where Greenhead excels over Darius Carter, it is that lucha libre influence. Let's see if he can use that speed to stay one step ahead. The kick to the leg, but Darius had the kick to the head scouted. Connects with a double stomp. That might knock the wind out of you, and again, that seems to be the strategy so far of Darius Carter. Do what he can to prevent his opponent from being able to take big, deep breaths. He can't breathe, he can't fight. Oh, man! You can tell Greenhead over the past year, he's been sharing the ring with the likes of the Drew Gulaks, the Biff Busiks of the world, because that aggression has certainly rubbed off. Just like that, able to turn the tides of this match, just toughen it up. But gotta remember, whoever's able to win this match is gonna go on to face Matthew Palmer in the finals of TFT 2 Block A. And Darius just kicked Greenhead right in the knee. Be lucky if he didn't shatter his kneecap. Just a direct shot. And even though Darius is hobbling around, now making fun of Greenhead for his Chikara, his wrestling his roots. Greenhead just trying to climb back up to his feet. Darius stepping on his hands and driving that knee once again into the ribs. That look of confidence on Darius Carter's face is scary. Right now in complete control. Greenhead hobbling around. It's a miracle that he can even stand right now. He's still trying to fight back. Darius is taking too much time. Greenhead looking to capitalize, but does not have his footing. You see the reversal of the Irish whip. Sending Darius up and over. Couldn't catch himself on the apron, and what an awkward landing. His body all crunched up on the floor. And now you're going to wonder right here, is Greenhead going to be looking to take a risk? Again, that lucha libre influence. Up and over. Still favoring that knee, but just comes flying in. Able to catch Darius Carter on the side of the head and serves him a kick for good measure. Greenhead rolling Darius Carter back into the ring, doing more damage to that leg. Gonna wonder he might be looking up to set up for the Texas Cloverleaf or maybe even the Chikara special. Carter comes stumbling over the ropes, got met with a drop kick once again. Let's see what Greenhead has in store. Slingshot himself in, and all of his body's weight, instead of targeting the solar plexus of Darius Carter, coming crashing down on that leg. Takes him down with the clothesline, and again. Darius Carter out of the way. Taking over with that power slam. Into the cover, 1, 2. It's only good for a 2 count. As Greenhead is inching closer and closer to putting away Darius Carter, who has let this opportunity slipped through his hands with the showboating. There we see the Texas Cloverleaf attempt. As Green Ant is sent flying into the back corner, hit the back of his head on the bottom buckle. This is Darius' time to act. Oh man, another shot to the head. 1, 2, 3. It's about as close as it's gonna get. Evident to me at this point that Green Ant is not going to let that mask slow him down. So now it looks like Darius Carter's trying to do damage to the head. If he can connect with the foreclosure, his variation of the codebreaker driving his knee into his opponent's skull, that might do the trick, but instead, a rookie mistake out of Darius Carter, who's far along enough in his career that he should know better. His opponent is down, he should be attacking him. Oh no, instead switching up his strategy. Instead of going for the code breaker, might be looking for a pile driver. I mean, after the shot to the back of the head to the buckle, the DDT, and a pile driver, that'll complete the trifecta. But instead, Green Ant slipping out. Darius trying to hold on to the leg, but instead, Green Ant flipping him around onto his belly. He's got the Texas Cloverleaf applied, and Darius Carter's going to be forced to tap out. But is this where that toughness, that tenacity is going to come into play? How can Darius Carter talk his way out of this situation? Easy answer, he cannot. Oh, pulling the trunks of Green Ant for leverage, doing so illegally, and able to get him into that small package situation. Couldn't keep him down. Was coming in running for the big boot. Oh, and he got dumped on his head. That scoop slant pile driver. 1, 2. And as Darius kicks out, unbeknownst to him, puts himself in the perfect situation. And he's all tied up in that Chikara special variation. Darius doing what he can to try and kick out. The Chikara special green is applied, and Darius Carter had to give it up. Green Ant will advance to the finals of Tournament for Tomorrow 2, Block A. And Darius Carter, once again trying to pull out every dastardly play in the book, still could not overcome his opponent. I think the face of Darius Carter tells the entire story. Tonight he learned he was simply not good enough. Green Ant walking away. You're going to wonder who's going to be worse for wear as we head into the main event. Green Ant or Matthew Palmer. And Darius Carter right now is beside himself. Almost on the verge of tears. I mean, you can't really feel for the guy. What do you want? Not a very sympathetic individual. Darius Carter's made a lot of mistakes in his career to get where he is right now. I'll give him credit. After he won his first round match via forfeit, he faced the challenge of the first ever Tournament for Tomorrow winner and defeated him soundly.
Man, Marconi ate all those Doritos for nothing, dude. Yeah, come on.
Now Darius Carter looking to take it out on somebody. I'll take back every nice thing I said about the guy this match.
You stay with me. This is what you want. Suit up, Drew. You wanted this to happen to me. You screwed me. You screwed me.
That would be a grave mistake. Oh, Darius isn't going to go to the back. Maybe I'll be the bigger man. All right, I'm the bigger man anyway. Fuck you, Darius. Oh, yeah, blame it all on the dog.